Call to order. Asking everyone to stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
All right, roll call.
Councilperson Bettis,
Here.
Councilperson McCollum,
Here.
Supervisor Shepherd.
Here. So, Ethan is not here. Is there anyone here to talk to us for the public comment?
Texting yesterday, that's what, you know, things. Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
From the Armory Board, they'd like to know, they'd like to paint the front entryway. Is there a better time to do that, in the year?
Holly, that is a Holly question.
August 1st starts the hunting licenses.
Oh, no, it won't be this soon because we probably won't be able to even get a painter till September.
Probably anytime, probably in September. October is going to be busy because it starts the season of for hunting, so they're going to be coming in and out.
In November,
November is rifle season,
okay. December,
so December is okay. Yep.
okay. Yep. Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else to address the board? So Ethan, he may be running late. I don't have, as long as you guys are good with it, if he does show up, we can give him a few minutes. He's just looking to address the board. He approached me, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, was wondering if the town had, any issue with looking at developing athletic field more, whether it be, a soccer goal across. That's just something to get better use of that field. Because with the exception of, summer, fall with football, there's a pretty big amount of acreage that doesn't quite utilize. So I told him that, come and talk to us and we start there. So if he does show up, we can certainly go back and give him some time. So
The only thing I can see coming be an issue is like, Paul has enough probably now taking care of it.
yeah,
I'm not trying to get out of it. I'm just
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
something that
yeah.
probably one.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, Paul will be involved in whatever the conversation is, Paul will have a pretty big say because they're the ones that have to take care of it for sure. That's a good point though. All right, well, we'll see if Ethan shows up, we can certainly talk to him. So I put the concert series on there for announcements, correspondence. I apologize about the LaBerge thing. I had a version that apparently didn't save right. So I thought it was somewhat ironic. LaBerge reached out. They have a firm that is doing an analysis of customer service. So they reached out looking for the town to take part in it, which I need to get in touch with these people. But, it's just we've talked a lot about LaBerge. It's different issues, and it should be an interesting conversation for them because we've had some really, positives and also negatives in regards to the planning end of the comp plan and whatnot. So other than that, I had nothing. Does anyone else have any announcements they want to bring up? Holly.
So for the month of June, AM PM care, $390, building unclassified, $70, which is property searches. Building permits, $485, conservation, $37. Dog licenses, $117, marriage license fees, $87, junkyard permits, which we're doing the renewals for the 5 that we have left in the town, $150. Death certificates, $130. Pool memberships, individual, 75, morning, 825, family, $1,125, subdivision applications, $50. And summer camp is $16,485. Swimming lessons, $270. Marriage certificate, $60. For a total of $21,428.74 and remitted to the supervisor, it's $20,327.84. I do have one facility use that I don't think I forwarded to everybody. It was for the Hoosick Falls Field Hockey Camp that starts July 20th through the 23rd and then July 27th through July 30th. Looks like they need to use the skating rink Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 4:30 till 7:30. Looks like the end time's going to be 8 o'clock. It's Denise Campbell. We already have the school's insurance on file. We have it on file and she actually attended. So
That happens every year. Are there any conflicts that?
I don't. Right, weather.
All right, we have insurance. This is something we allow every year. We have for years. So I'd entertain a motion to accept that facility use.
Make the motion.
Second. Motion second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
Let's see, you have IT and phones under mine.
Oh.
Where we're at with that.
Yeah, so. We can just do that now. So phones, IT we have set, we're gonna workshop 23rd at 6. Is that 6 with you guys? You said 6, okay, so that's all set, so we need to get that out.
July 23rd, okay.
Correct. So definitely want to get that workshop through. Holly and I are in the process of pulling the Edmonds, paperwork to see where we're at. Because there's some different things that are coming up. I know for August, there's like 4 different things that we do with that timing wise. At one point we looked it up and some that comes due in August, some that's due in the spring. Some of that is also software. So we're in the process of figuring out that. Another example of why we really need to make the move is Tiffany and I back, I think it was might not have been March. If it wasn't March, it was April. We reached out just to get a basic quote through them on getting a laptop so that, she has more access to all of her files and maps when she's out doing data collection. Essentially, it's doing her job. It was just over 2 months. And it wasn't like we just sent an email and then we waited. There were, I know for a fact, 1 follow-up, but I think 2 follow-ups. We finally got a response. It's just great. So, and then on the phone side of things, I'm happy to report that we had a phone at the rink for camp, so that's really good. Have they been using it? The parents, but like now that it's so I know we had talked about internet and internet phones over there. We're still in the process of figuring these things out, but a couple different things. One, to go the route we were thinking, it was going to be way too expensive because of the seasonality. So, and then talking, there's some other options that would be available to us if we make our IT switch. So I pumped the brakes with Jackie, who is the woman that has been helping us sort through some of this. Because everything's functioning, we want to get away from what we're doing, but nothing is really expensive. We've already made some improvements. One, we have the phone, right? But we've also figured out some things where we're saving some money. So we're still working on that actively, but I would like to make the IT switch so that we can get everything kind of going in the right direction. So for right now, phones work. The guy from Verizon came out. I felt awful. They got lit up by bees day one. We were so close to having it. And then the guy that came back didn't get lit up by bees as far as I know. And I think they kind of helped us out because when I talked with BCN, so that's the old style phone lines over there. And they told me, you know, they might not fix these if you don't have fiber, trying to do away with. And I gave them the story, hey, this is, it's a recreation, it's a camp, you know, there's kids there, you need phone, you need them now. As it is, it took over a week. I think it was over a week from when I called to when they showed up. It's on their end, not ours. So we're all good. Any questions on IT and phones? We can talk a lot more about that next week for sure, but I feel we're heading in the right direction by doing what we're doing. It's going to take a little bit more time, not a lot. Do you have anything to add on?
Not with that. I just, with the, budget schedule, it's in your binders. Just take a look at it. I know we start discussing dates next month, so just want everybody to have the heads up with the dates and make sure that everybody can kind of be available on certain dates. So you can just take a look at that, and then in August, we can go over it at our August meeting. And I think that's all I have.
Paul, you're up.
Chip seal, the city's all done. So chip seal, Eagle Bridge Road, Burgess Road, and a portion of Beechwood Road. Truck that we ordered, Ford F-16. That's in, it's up in, Ford F-16, I'll book that today. Make sure it's, what we ordered. When the guys took off this year, security had quite a bit. Probably can be used again. But we gotta really look at either getting another pool cover or not covering the pool. But that covers some bad shit.
I just spoke with Tom about it to see what his take on it, because we talk about this last year and we had
Well, I mean, you don't have to cover it, but
the amount of leaves, right? I mean, the
well,
staking,
and on this, the song line,
right?
what would be great if we could find the company, some paperwork, where that pool cover came from originally, to maybe the pattern. Small business. Find out. They'll know what it costs. Some people probably didn't even know where to start with them.
So that was way before, so that would have been 15 years ago, right? Is it possible it's that old?
I think so.
Could be.
Because
I may have it in there or up in the records room.
So we'll make a note about to find that. Because that was the first project. I know 10 years ago, 9 years ago, the bathrooms in that building, that was, you know,
Separate project.
yeah, that was done, but that was totally separate of the pool and the components that they did. That was way before me. So we're over 10 years. I know that.
So much words they're gonna toll on, it's really just sort of
Yeah.
big, brittle, dry. Stuff all apart.
Yeah. We'll have to pull that. I'm sure we can find out who that was all done. You know, a lot of that's done through grant money, so I'm sure there's record.
And just an update on the salt shed grant, Rensselaer County Soil and Water, still working on it. Still have the application complete. That's about it.
Anything for Paul?
I just want to thank Paul for following up on the pavement up in North Hoosick. They did a good job on the road there, but a lot of the driveways. Got one. Seems to come back this week and talk about most of that. Talked to Paul a couple times doing.
I tried,
Did a great job.
Guy catch me out here in the parking lot. He said I told him he should have went down to the town garage, but he didn't want to be a flat ass. But he told me. So he mentioned some issue about his road, and I just happened to run into Paul later on. The guy called me a couple days later, come home, work, it was done. I don't know what it was, but I'll take care of it within a couple of days, and the guy was happy. I told him next, has a problem, we better call. And he was happy.
So Tiffany and Jared reports, we did receive, any questions and follow up with them.
The only thing with Jared's report is there was an issue with the house on Trail on Johnston Hill. I haven't heard any more about it.
It's ongoing.
I know, just I was curious, seeing
Yeah, so,
a couple of people that our neighbors are here.
yeah, no, it's,
I see they're still there.
yeah, no, that's ongoing. I actually, I was just talking to Jared about that last week. Jared's going to be calling you about the property on Johnston Hill we're talking about. It came up last month, so since then, he's pulled some things together. I told him he needs to call you because we're at that point.
Yep.
So I talked to him about it today.
All right, no,
Again, my word, he's on it for sure, because it's been a problem for him for sure. Ashley, come on up, got lots to talk about.
So I'll start with camp. Week 1 went well. It was very hot. But we only had 57 campers. That was the only week we were not full. It was the week directly following school. We only had 57 campers that week. We celebrated a luau on Friday. We went to the pool. A huge thank you to the Polish Hall. They gave us a DVD player. So we spent some of the afternoons when it was super hot doing that. We got a notice from the Department of Health saying between the hours of 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. to limit outside activities. So the pool didn't qualify for that, so we were able to go to the pool, but we couldn't really go out to the playground. Then when we came back, we kind of had to tone things down a bit. So we had the DVD player, which was really awesome. The Margaret Racino Foundation also gave us another donation. This is their second one for the summer. So we bought freeze pops. We bought a brand new slip and slide, water balloons, a bunch of water game activities, which we spent the morning doing those things. I think we're gonna have to do it the next few days as well. I think it's gonna be pretty warm tomorrow and Wednesday, but we'll keep an eye on that. Week 2, we were full. We had 65 campers. We visited the library. They've been inviting us to their events. They had a bunch of animals there for the kids. So 2 counselors took a group of 15 kids to the library. They walked there and walked back. They had a great time. We also had a situation with the bathroom, but thank you, Paul, and helping with that. Something was flushed that shouldn't have been. The water came out from underneath, and it was a huge mess. But Paul came within 5 minutes and was taken care of within at least 2 hours. That was awesome. We appreciate that. We are full for the rest of the summer as of now. We do have a wait list for any interested people wanting to come to camp. The first week it was so humid, the floor in the rink, I don't know if anybody's been in there on a hot day, it's wet. So the new dehumidifier we bought, we used some of the donation money to buy that from True Value. It works beautifully. It covers the whole floor and we haven't had an issue since with that. So that was helpful. The fence we talked about doesn't look to be finished, but they ordered the right part, the wrong thing.
Yeah, so basically, all the posts are in and the short section is in, but they sent, I think it was 9, right, Paul, 9 foot instead of 10 foot.
Instead of 10.
So they put a rush on it, but as soon as that comes in, I just need to finish the section that's in line with the basketball courts.
Yep.
They picked about the hottest days of the year to work. on
I
that.
know, we felt the campers were gonna bring popsicles over to them eventually.
But they quit at once.
They're gone, I
They
know.
go up there 5:30.
Yes, they get there early. They're there when I get there. So that's all set. The phone is all set with Eric. I noticed when the second guy came back, he had his phone on him the whole time. And I walked out to check on him and they were asking about the bees. So
Good.
he took a lot of precautions with that. The only thing that's still an issue is the playground graffiti. We tried. And it's more and more that just keeps coming. So I don't know.
No, I think what we did one time. You want to come up. But we took some, tried to get some spray.
Yeah.
Right. So, that's what you want to do.
All right, I'll talk with Ryan again. Maybe we gotta try to, it's hard, but, you know, a big, in my eyes, the wall is down, so it's more visible, but it's still kind of off on its own, you know, so. Need to figure out a way to have better, ability to keep eyes on that place. It's a challenge. Certainly better than when the wall was there. Still be
Yeah.
graffiti in that spot.
These ring cameras, will they work?
So another reason why we need to get over to away from Edmonds, because we have all the ability to figure these things out once we have an actual light. So part of why we're pushing the envelope on that. I mean, honestly, you know, if there's a timing issue, I mean, we could, you know, talk next week about it. But we could even bring them in ahead of time to, you know, start working on some of these things, because everything over there is pretty archaic. It can function to some extent, but we need,
You can buy trail cams though. That'll take pictures.
yeah,
It works offside and they said video. Yeah. So that would probably work as long as you could get them high enough where they can't get them. That's the only problem. Right.
A little while, might get us in the summer, as long as they know.
But the trail cams will take a picture and
Yeah.
it will send a picture to somebody's phone if you have it set up right.
There's ways to set notifications.
Doesn't seem to be when we're there at all, when I'm at work. After like night evening. time.
They know
It
that.
used to be, yeah, they hum.
Well, I was there last week. They told me they were. So I don't even know why they got there. But. And I during the day too.
Works and stuff. Bikes inside, but I think once the fence is finished, it'll be less interesting to go in there. To the older kids, I think.
It'd be nice to have a way to make it more exciting. That whole state. Not just a playground, just to go like, you know, to go hang out there in the park. It's a few of all ages. So then more people are going over there. I mean, I don't know why people want to go there right now with the comments. The wall is gone, which was great. The wall to me was safety. I wish it would stop. You know, the graffiti would have gone. The wall was safety. That was the biggest. So right now, I think we just need it more inviting to go over there. Families to go over there, all ages. You know, there's a bench that's falling over, so you can't sit in the bench. That's not functional. So,
I know Heritage put a bunch of benches around town. Why are they all like right in the same spot in front of Walgreens? Why didn't they spread them out throughout the village and put them over by the park?
And I'll ask you, got a couple more folks.
Right.
They are, they did email me asking how they could help,
Okay.
with camp. They want to either sponsor someone or give us money to do something.
Okay.
I'm meeting with her Wednesday, so I can let her know that's something.
I mean, those
You know,
benches are
they've
like
done.
the tracks.
Yeah.
Type.
Yeah, those are
They're really nice benches.
So I'll add that.
too.
Yeah.
picnic tables.
Yes. Yeah.
Get some shade.
What do they put their graffiti on when they run it?
Plastic.
Up on the side.
Do you want a tree? Do you want trees there?
One from.
yeah, it's on the other side.
If you think you could use some more trees, I can get talk to. But
take care of the trees.
Definitely gonna want to.
I'm not for any ideas, but that's what I'm worried about, is the maintenance of all this, and I don't want it to be all on you.
Well, I think it's probably not what we want.
But the goals, I worry that they would get destroyed. If you even came,
So the fence, the temporary, I mean, a great example, the temporary fence that was put up when the wall came down, ended up in the back of my truck because, I'm gonna clarify that statement, ended up in the back of my truck in pieces because it became a safety concern because kids purposely bent them over, and I mean, they were literally sticking out at a 45,
Bent the post.
bent the post over at the ground, sticking up at a 45, so some kid's gonna fall and
and I worry that's just gonna, like, they have the posts now for the
Yeah.
fence, the new fence, that are just laying on the ground. And I worry they're gonna be either taken or destroyed.
I'll check it, and see what, I honestly thought that section was going to be done well before, because it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, they think like one for the building.
We'll have to check in with Nick to see what the timing is on that other section. I know he was really booked out, but obviously he was able to move to the job. Finish.
That's the camp and the recreation. For the pool, opening day was June 29th. For morning swim, we've had 92 swimmers as of Friday. Open swim, we've had 316, that's as of Sunday. So that's how many swimmers we've had. For lessons, session 1 has already started, so it'd be a little late to get in that. We have 70 swimmers in session 1. In session 2, we have very few spots remaining. They're more in the higher levels, like level 6, level 5. There's 86 kids in that one. That's also the Scotticoke camp comes to that and fills us up pretty well. And then session 3, we do have a lot of availability, so anybody can stop by the pool and sign up for that. And then for the parent infant lesson, that seems to be very popular. That's in the evening. That has 28 parents or swimmers with that. The fridge and freezer is taken care of. Thank you to everybody for that. It's up and running well. We're using it. Bathrooms, the floors, and the pool deck. You guys are working on that too. Debbie?
So first of all, for the floors, well, I don't know if you and I talked about this. I talked to Jesse Lucy about it. So we're going to be getting quotes from Adam, and it's going to have, we're basically getting quotes on doing it just, sections or doing that whole inner area, because the main walkway, even though that gets the most traffic, is actually held fairly well. But just doing the bathroom too. The girls' bathroom is terrible. The boys' bathroom is starting to chip. And then the little area between the hallway and the bathrooms actually held up really well. So they're getting us different, basically redoing it with the special paint versus doing a coating on it. And then they're doing both of those quotes with just doing just bathrooms or doing the whole area. They said that minus that section of the girls' bathroom, that paint actually held up about as well as it expected to for the amount of years and what did traffic. Bill did meet with Rick, but we don't have, basically we're waiting on quotes. In regards to the bathroom, there's really no way that job could be completed when the pool's open. So that's going to become a fall project. And they're aware of that, but they still want to get us. Some of the safety concerns where there are concrete issues, we're thinking that could happen, and we can get some of those, at least the major spots, we can get that addressed. So a few years ago, we had to do that as well, right in the season.
Probably one. Pretty cool.
And since then, there was over, like when you go in to the pool on the right, they had to pour that
Oh, yeah.
pad. I think that was rotated, it was kind of cross, but we've definitely done some concrete work. Mid-season and it worked. But the bathroom, that's going to have to be a post-pool season. But concrete safety needs to get bumped up the list. I mean, once we hear from Rick, we might have to meet and make that happen. Quick.
When it's stepped going, some of it is pretty.
Yeah.
There's not much there. Some kids are going down.
Well, I guess, with that, we're just be looking for those emails and, once we get those quotes, I mean, we just met with them in the last few days. We don't have anything in writing yet.
So we had a printer for the pool and camp, just for like our daily sign-in sheets and things like that. The printer did break. I think it's just so old that the piece that needs to get the paper rolling doesn't work. I know this copier is through Northco, standard copy. They do have a printer available if we want it. Would be not, they wouldn't have to be asking full price because there is a mark on it. It's not perfect. But they did say they do have one available if we want to add on to that. And the reason you can't air print that one is because it's just an older generation. They're looking into the lease and you might need it.
Giant alien machine in here for
You picked the generation before the airplane.
that wasn't a me thing, but we're working on that. How much was did they give you a quote or no?
Not yet.
Okay, just keep me going. Do that.
I brought mine in for now. That's what we've been using.
Just keep it.
It's my uncle's.
Yeah. But depending on the time, if that's gonna take a while, we can do something.
It won't, I can. They said they would bring it Thursday, but I said I'd wait to talk to the board. Talking about the pool. We need another set of keys.
Yep.
Both you and I.
Do I have a bag full of them in there? Did we test all of those keys? Remember the bag full of keys that I gave you? Yeah. Yeah.
I can take this thing and try it.
Yes.
Yeah, but what do you call, you're not talking about the new keys.
No. These are the bag full of keys from.
So when we brought Matt on board to run the pool, I gave him my better set.
Yeah.
So now I can get into the side gates, but the key and it's not like, so there's such key issues. It's unbelievable. I don't know how it ever got this bad, but at any rate, we're gonna fix the problem. So my good set Matt has, which is way more important, because he needs to get in. I can still get into the pool because I have keys for the gates. But to get into the bathrooms and in that area, I don't have functional main key. You don't have any keys,
No.
correct?
I gave mine to Jeff.
Right. So Jess and Lucy both have a full set that functions. Matt has a full set that functions to all the doors. So we just need to get 2 copies of whoever has the better set. That'd be Jess would.
Before you do that, though, come get those and see
Yeah.
if any of them work, because I have a bag
Is
full.
Jenny on tomorrow?
No. I can leave them in, Casey and,
Okay. Yeah. And I'll stop over tomorrow. And I'll play.
or I can give them to Eric if are you gonna be in town tomorrow first thing? Or at all tomorrow?
Too early to tell.
Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, we'll go through those.
Okay.
We definitely need to do that.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that.
You say that, I've never seen this guy with keys.
Oh, I need Eric's chain of keys and I tried every single door I thought could fit in one and
For the record, they were handed down to me. That was nothing that I had. I was given a pile and I was like, I just don't know
Mark
what to
like
do with these.
memorized the key by the shape. And he like pull it out and now.
I think he memorized it by, I'm gonna try 4 or
Oh,
5. One of these is gonna
He
go
was
in.
pretty good with that.
Yeah, I mean, either way, the pool, we can get that. done.
The pool has been, so when there's, some downtime, and there's not many people around. We found out last year that we have to be doing, some emergency drills for practice, with patrons at the pool. At first, I was a little hesitant because that's alarming, to be doing an emergency drill when there's kids in the pool, but Jess and Lucy have a great idea. As people come in, they let them know, hey, we're gonna be running an emergency drill at some point today. We will let you know when the drill is over. I have nothing but great things to say about the pool and their staff. Dylan Callahan did a wonderful job. He had no idea that they were gonna use him as the first drill guy. He was able to jump in, save the drowning victim and do the drill with 100% accuracy, which was awesome. Saturday, they also did a lot of drills, and Sunday they did. So there's not many people that are attending the pool on the weekends. We wanted to try it to see if it'd be worth it. We're gonna give it one more weekend and see, and then we might limit some of those hours. We didn't. And that's 11 to 5. The last thing I have is I spoke with I guess the board of the Art High Pickle Tournament.
Yeah.
The pool passes are all set. We figured that out. The only thing they're inquiring about is bathrooms for their event. I guess they spoke with the firehouse and it's expensive for bathrooms. They asked if they could use the ice skate. I just worry that's a big distance from where the event is taking place to the ice skating rink, and I am not available that day to sit at the rink.
Oh, I was gonna say, don't we have porta potties?
Not anymore, Holly. Found that out real quick.
I was gonna be. I mean,
The pool passes also.
Right.
So they can use.
I would think so. They could go to the pool and use the bathroom.
Seems to be the closest option.
it's definitely a distance. I mean, to go across the, not that you can't do it.
Plan.
I just worry who's gonna be there monitoring the rink.
Yeah.
If we're leaving the door wide open,
Well, it would just be the bathroom. I'm not saying.
but
I don't
based
say.
on what we just had the issue with, do we want random people?
I guess let's pose the question, is the pool adequate?
I mean, based on our Saturday numbers, the past 3 Saturdays we've been open, yes. It'll be fine.
So I would push for that. And then if they don't think that's enough, we'll have to talk. Because I agree, it's a long distance. No one's going to be over there, whereas the pool, it's right there, it's close.
And they're there the whole
People are
day.
there. So let's go back to the cubbies, because we didn't want to skip past that.
Oh, yeah.
Basics, remind me, when we were looking at the ones initially, we were looking, how many rows? 72 in total? What was
Yeah,
that
I think
number?
like 72 to 80, she said that she would need.
That's just what's been supplied in the past. Honestly, it's just really us that use the cookies and people on the weekend.
Yeah, the problem, pretty much every option that we've seen, it's all wait. So that's, I guess my concern right now is if we jump on anything that we're not sure of, if there's a 3 to 4 week wait time, so we're only gonna get them for a couple of weeks. Is there something we can do in the now to get through that, and make it easier? Yeah,
What it would cost to get the PVC board, frame it up, something that'll last. You can buy the material for 2,000, you're still into it for a pretty penny, but how long were those there? Those were there for,
I was looking at pictures. They've been there since like I was a kid going to
yeah,
the same blue ones. So they lasted quite a long time.
good. Well, we got the quote on those lines, it's expensive. We need more. Just a cubby storage or you want some kind of secure storage there. Pick that up.
Yeah, I think ultimately it's a place for the kids
The
to put
kids.
their stuff. Yeah. So it's not taking up the benches and there's places where people are.
that's right now, is that no? Yeah,
Right now, a lot of people sit under that pavilion to get shade. So there's shade over there. And we've just been lining our stuff along the fence. Trying to stay out.
I did stop over this afternoon. Shade's a big issue. And we get some of those shade
Right.
coverings that you can hook to the fences and hook to different points. I
Yeah,
think a lot of people shade.
Yeah.
Some of these days.
yeah. So Bill found some, and I know as soon as he gets back, that was the first thing I want to do is get a couple of them ordered, get them up and try them. So
Yeah.
that's gonna happen very soon. I guess the question is, do we want to try it? I mean, having something that's gonna take 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're in the,
I get some contractors on board to give us an idea what it would cost to build a 20, whatever it would take to get those. These. Best in it. Building would probably be quicker. Get somebody lined up to do it. There's a lunch room in town, be a good way for someone to get back a little bit.
I know somebody could probably get, who would they say, you?
Yeah.
Like, get them up tomorrow, the next day.
Yeah.
Local.
Even if you did it pressure treated and put the vinyl on the outside of it to protect it, or be building.
And I think the biggest thing in winter months, we put them somewhere where they're not going to get snow and
Yeah.
soaked and it's sitting in
Right.
wet.
get them out. Yeah, I mean, they lasted that long and they did.
Right.
I think with no.
I mean, I think going that, so if you have someone, yeah, let's do it. Let's, if there's a couple people, we don't want to
Lined up.
make that.
There's a lot of room.
Yeah.
Between the posts.
I know Bill is on, as long as you guys are doing it, they're fairly inexpensive. He'll keep us in the loop of what he's doing, but no, we'll get the shade up. We'll get the shade structures up soon.
Some of these businesses, maybe they wanna have a little area that they can say, hey, we donated some shade.
Yes.
Corner of the pool.
Yeah.
To the shelf.
The other thing we gotta do is figure out a few of those picnic tables probably need to come out
We have 2 of them at
better.
pool because we needed more tables.
That's fine. The tables are pretty underutilized. Anyway, correct. So we need a couple of those are.
And there is, a woman talked to me about applying for a grant. She was gonna keep me in the loop. For the pool through her work. Her kids go to swimming lessons, her kids go to summer camp. Wants to help out any way she can. So this was her way of seeing if she could, so she can keep me in the loop and I'll keep you guys in her back.
So,
But that's what she wanted to buy was picnic tables and benches.
so we'll get, cubby wise, we'll get on the contractors like now.
Yeah.
And then we should be able to get the shade, I don't know what you call them, shade screens ordered in the next few days. We're just going to have to make sure we show the staff, like if we get some wind blowing up quick, I mean, obviously if they're in the chairs, they're in the chairs, but
Yeah.
we just need to try to.
No, there's enough staff, there's at least 3 non-chairs.
Yeah.
in there.
So they just need to know that, just like the umbrellas, like wind is blowing up and things are getting crazy quick, they gotta remember to
Okay.
just, basically pull the ropes to get them down, to get them pulled back. So while you're here, so this is all related. I've been pushing, this whole DASNY thing, and I don't know that it's ever gonna go anywhere, but my plan is, if we know it's absolutely a question, I've been just doing some like quick, Jackson, my son, has been doing swimming lessons. I've been over to the pool and ran quite a bit, just helping with different things. And in my mind, I've been looking at all these different areas where things, and Jill, you're here at the playground. There are hundreds of thousands of dollars of things we need just to get it back. Not to make it nice or fancy, just to get it what it should be. So, in my mind, that's all part of this whole equation. Because in that DASNY grant, there was a lot of money for all of these things. It was playground, it was pool, it was great. Even pool mechanical upgrades to get us ready for the next 10. If we know that's not going to happen, we need to figure out an investment plan like what we do with the highway garage, where we have to designate X amount per year over the next 5 years to get the stuff up. Because we're not going to have a functional pool.
I think the flooring is done. Or
And
of the pool.
yeah, so
That's what Tom said, because of the cleanup we just did.
He said it's something that we need to start thinking about. Maybe it's not this year, but maybe it's next year. That is not going to change. The relining of that pool is going to be a big one. We'll say cleaning it to work well. Thank God. It looks really good. But that lining is however many years old. You know, it's in that same time frame of that's a great example. You got the pool cover, you got the lining of the pool, a good chunk of the outer deck of the pool area. The concrete is getting rough. Pump house needs upgrades. So, and then, like I said, just looking at the benches and every time I walk in now, I'm just looking a little bit closer to each thing, and it's worse each time I look at it. So the immediate needs were on, the bigger stuff.
Yeah. I mean, the phone's done, fridge and freezer are done, everything else we can manage right now. Hubby's honestly, if the contractors don't work out, I don't think ordering just to order something is like we can make do with. I think the contractor would be the best way, considering how well they held up first time.
So we'll be
Yeah.
in touch with all that stuff.
And I'll let you know about the back. And I think the pool will be fine.
Yeah. Remind me, what's the date of the beginning of August? Or-
I want to say it's August 7th.
Yeah.
Or 8th. Yeah, August 8th. 7th is when they're looking at the historical society.
Oh, yeah. So hey, we need to talk about that. So I saw the email come through. So I talked to Joyce. Remind me, how many lifeguards, we came up with about what it would cost, last time. It was like a couple $100 worth of labor, or am I off on that?
For 3 hours. Well, she wants to go
6
past
to 8.
7,
Yeah.
and I told her that's not an option, because we talked about that the last time.
Because of the
Yeah, 'cause
light.
We don't
Lighting.
have,
Correct.
yeah, and we contacted, and our regulation says you have to put.
Yeah.
So that would be 2 hours. So yeah, it'd be like 200.
So, this is just my thought. This whole thing they're doing is kind of like to try it out to be part of the
Next year, yeah.
anniversary. I just, I know that if whatever we charge, they were going to go after, like whether it's CC fund money or something. My thought is, we just open the pool for this event and it's a very small chunk to help out with what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Next year.
So if we wanted to just, the town pay for the lifeguards for that, open it up. It's the motion second. That'd be my recommendation to the board is we do that. Donate the time. Good with that? or-
They're still having their own insurance, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Facility use would
Yep,
also
that's
have the
already-
same. We'd just be waiving the fee. So we're just paying our lifeguards.
Right, I know. Certainly a good cause.
Yeah.
He certainly did enough for the town.
Yeah. Jerry just made the motion. So that's
I second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, so, just email Joyce and I'll text her too.
I told her I would stop in sometime this week too, which might be easier.
So it's for August 7th.
That's the potential date, yep. It's a Friday. Because we have parent infant, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
And that's 6:30.
till 6:30, but they're not really out of there till 7.
No, 6:30. What did she?
6:30. Or her, sorry,
Yes.
her. She hasn't decided that yet, because I just
Okay.
let her know that she'd have to be out by 7. She said, I don't think 1 hour is enough. She could go anytime. Yeah, anytime after we leave, there's not many people utilizing the pool. So it's not like she's gonna be taking away and we'd advertise, so.
Yeah.
She could go in even at 4 to 7, that's 3 hours. She was looking till 9 and that's just too late.
So help her get this event as big
Yeah.
as possible so they can say.
For next year, yeah.
Oh, it's got to donate.
I'm gonna give her a call tomorrow.
The other, with the way the pool works with the permit, what if there was no one in the pool but in the area after? Is that still not allowed? I'm just wondering, not for this year, but like for next year, if they had, say, if they have all these different activities that they're going to do, you know, surrounding this event, or within this event, do they, whenever the pool has to be empty of people, do they use the other space for some of these other activities?
Yeah, because the staff did the training. They had, from 6 to 7, they had the training. They shut down and then they were out of the pool, but on the pool grounds from 7 to 8:30. So, and that wasn't an issue.
So that would just be, you know, another option for that.
I'll give her a call tomorrow. And talk. Instead of the email.
And then like, if they were out of the pool and had to be out of the pool, could it go down to just like 2 staff members just to oversee the building and grounds?
Yeah.
Just thinking.
Okay.
Not much of a party or anything.
I told her I would help her put up a training. So I'll call her tomorrow and see. Best.
Go, so go.
I don't know why my
Me too, Paul. We all. Well,
I will give you an update with all of those things.
I'll be talking to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I gotta say, between, well, all the staff, but her and the Haynes twins have kept the town sane, whether you know it or not, so thank you.
Thank you. Couldn't do without you guys.
That Pat.
Yeah, keep going next. Pat, you're up.
Oh, just 2 things. We got an honor flight in October. I was gonna have the commander or here, but
Yep.
put that on the website. Apply for it. Bring somebody to college. Get some more. Put them all there, nice. So the Commander Legion also asked me. 11.
Yeah, so Sierra's been in touch with me a little bit about that.
Okay.
But they're going Wood Park, right?
Right.
So Village, but we're definitely, the town is definitely going to participate. She sent me, the, like, potential itineraries. Yeah. But, yeah, so in terms of, I think she already had it, but just double check, but I'm sure the Village will be good with it.
And one last thing, the Legion, and you know, we got some happy. And we got 47 dollars. But they wanted to, they're suggesting in top last meeting to either get some time to extend the building because the bathroom and kitchen's already down that basement structures for the elderly to be built, or maybe some space here, some of the offices. Meetings, and maybe rent that out, that's all. Yeah.
So in terms of armory space, the armory.
I talked to Rick Tinkham today and he mentioned what Sarah had in mind. So,
Yes.
Sierra.
Yeah, yeah.
And so our board did not have, we had a whole discussion tonight and we didn't have everybody there. But we'd like to invite her, who arranged her to a meeting to actually have the discussion.
Okay.
Because, yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and that's like it's buying base funds together and put up our costs. Because we got a little budget.
Yeah.
We'll have anything. And then, yeah, that would be space over there. You big, so let it out, use it, it's all. Just.
Yeah, well. You walked around this building a little.
Fine,
Yeah. But we're working, so,
okay.
Yeah.
And in regards to 9/11 thing, we'll definitely just, I told Sarah, anything they needed the town to help with. You know, it looked like she put together a nice potential itinerary. Looks good, so the town will definitely participate. And I did speak with Shane and Sierra about some of the different things they're looking to do.
Right.
And, you know, I said, you know, like, you know, the town is more than willing to communicate and help with it, you know, whether or not we have the abilities or resources to do what's needed, I don't know, but we would certainly,
She wants to get more fun.
yeah,
The building's tiny.
yeah. So definitely great ideas coming out of there. A lot of energy, the right kind of energy. Not just her, but from her, absolutely, but a bunch of people have reached out and they're kind of looking to do a lot. So that's awesome.
That's
I have somebody that wants an application for the hometown heroes. And they told me I had to see somebody from the American Legion again.
I'll have a case for that flight about October.
No, for the.
Banner.
Oh, Henry, yeah,
They go back, they have to be in by March,
yeah, right.
but they said I have to get the application from somebody.
Probably Candy Snoop, but I didn't see her.
Oh, you see, can't hurry you over.
Right.
She knows it has to be in March, but her brother didn't want one, now he wants one.
Okay, yeah.
They look good.
They look really
Yeah,
good.
all right, definitely.
That's
Yeah.
what I could even put
It's like telling people down, see.
Yeah.
I have spots each year, my kids go around looking for their family, and everybody. It's fun to do. It works.
Right. Can't even accidentally skip Jackie tonight because she's not.
I'm trying to notice.
So, my report's on there. One thing I just wanted, actually, two things, I guess. So, the CBWG meeting, just quickly wanted to, one of the main discussions that night, other than village water quality, was the discussion of poets, long-term, people in town, because there's, in perpetuity is only a thing if you have some sort of contamination. And that's always been the underlying answer, but we never know when that point in time is. I'm not knocking in any way that meeting was a great meeting, but what I can say is that that's still kind of the same theme. We still don't know because of the different litigation and lawsuits that are going on. It's all taking quite a bit of time. So the homes in this town that are non-defect that have poets are still good for quite some time. But we still it's still an unknown, but I just wanted to report on that because that was one of the big questions I had, because right from day one with, the PFOA issue when it all started was, what happens when these, systems can't be used anymore, or how much will it cost if my neighbor who's not in DFAC, we love our poet system, we don't trust the water, we want to keep it. How much is it going to cost? Who's going to do that maintenance? What does it look for those residents that don't have?
So that's what most. I don't know how to, but like you said, the best way to tackle it's gotten a lot of different answers, but each individual, it's a lot for them to get an answer.
Yeah.
Maybe the town needs
Well, and that was way before you've seen all the MOU and everything that we had with them, right? We're not at the point where we need to alter anything, but I just, and I told Ian that, we need to keep Ian from DC, that he need to keep us in the loop, because if that end date ever became something we could see, we at least need to revisit everything again. Dean, he's still practicing. We haven't talked to him in years.
So the firm is, he may be partially in or out. I know the firm is still very much alive.
Yeah. We haven't, it's a good thing that we haven't had to speak with them, have a meeting with them in quite some time. But it was a lot for a while. We were talking with them as much as John.
Right.
But fortunately, that's not the case anymore. So, at any rate, I just wanted to report on that. That was didn't necessarily find out anything new, just that we're still good. We're still in the same MOU with the DC, and when someone from the state government said it's going to be a while, that means it's going to be a long while. So I'm not too worried yet. And then just real quick on the resolution is actually in new businesses, kind of part of this, but from our CPIC meeting, Andrew, we call him Drew, a lot of great information came out of his visit to our CPIC committee. We have like a list of different things that we can be doing, even outside of to work with the river. That's, I think, his specialty is Hudson Hoosick River and planning. But I really think that's going to be a great relationship, long term. As I said, the resolution that came through, it's just, basically we're just saying, hey, we're going to work with you guys on getting this plan done. It's going to be a multiple year process. But the knowledge that comes out of the people that are already involved in that network is unbelievable. So I know all of our heads were spinning as he was speaking about all the different, everything, grant opportunities to, just different networks that we need to be involved with or involved in, in terms of greenway, more river access, you name it. So, and then I'll speak for Bill quickly. So, and I don't know, Ryan, Shine, anyone. So Bill wants to, he has concern that there's a lot of misleading information going out involving solar and, what impacts it has from the financial side of things on that. And he's just wondering if there's a way that we can get information out there where it doesn't look like we are saying no to solar, yes for solar, but just, put an informational something on, the website, because there's a lot of as these projects are happening, we are starting to get, the contributions to the town, the income, the building permits, the pilots. And there are people that are saying it doesn't do anything. It just pays the landowner and this. Obviously, a lot of it is social media, what I call, BS, but so he just wanted to put that out there. Do we think we need to at least have the informational something put up there about, these are the projects that have been passed. These are the dates they passed through the zonings board through our system, potential impacts financially, just to put it out there.
So I do know Sarah did a good job reorganizing when you guys upgraded the website and stuff. So all of like the board minutes and the resolutions that were adopted and all of the seeker documents, all the plans and all the site plan approval stuff, that's all available. The problem is, as you know very well, going through them, they're documents and they're not in the language that people who aren't engineers or solar companies speak in, right? So maybe there's a way to do like some kind of executive summary of some kind and post it.
My big thing is we don't want to come off as pro or against, I guess, which is impossible.
Yeah.
We know because people are crazy. People are people. But
I don't know if you want to show project, be comparing.
right.
Got this from that, they didn't get it from this one, it's maybe a whole thing. It's a total.
Yeah, so I said I would bring it up. I don't know. It's a hard thing because.
Well, the documents are there. The town's obligation is to make the public documents available for review, right? And so you've met that. As far as the PR piece of it, that's less of a me question, more of a Sarah question on how to, have that information available for digestion.
Best way is to let each solar project give us the best of whatever they're pushing, and then we can get that info and it makes sense. They're gonna give you all the plus, all the bells and whistles that we can kind of sort through it.
That would be a good thing too, because it hasn't really started off too well with
No,
the Wilson Hill project. The hours they've been working and the noise.
Well, and once we did know about that,
Right.
we stopped it quick.
Right.
And that in itself is a frustrating thing. It goes on for 2 weeks. No one says anything. And they go on Facebook, make a big stink out of it. Within 10 minutes, we fix the problem.
That's
Could
why,
have called me, guys.
that's why it would be a bad idea to get it out there. At least they know that we did something about it and so.
I called some of them, just so you know, they called me 2 weeks ago. Could have fixed it. I was very open about why I said it the way I did. Sarah's actually texting me about it right now, so she's already got some ideas, so I'll
Great.
follow up with her on it. I do think we should put, if we can put work on projects, people that are actually making the most money off of these, that's totally sensible, but I know I'm not going to do a lot of work.
Well, and I
Hang,
think
I should say.
you know, your concern of the town taking a neutral, here's the facts, here's what is approved, here's what's happening, period, and not. I think if you do elicit, because you're getting comments on one side, if you do elicit like, hey, we need a way to tell people what you guys are doing, can you give us something that we can present to the public and have available online that says, all right, here's X, Y, and Z. And these are, you know, the things that are benefiting the town compared to the things that are impacting the town, and just say, here's what it is, and have, you know, kind of that neutral viewpoint.
Well, good, Sarah. Like I said, I mean, I'm not going to be doing any work for the companies.
Maybe they could put together like their own FAQs or something, like, you know, could be.
In line.
Could be.
That is part of the problem.
But do you even have the pilot for anything? Like, can you,
We have the estimates for often.
We had, yeah, we just
so,
have,
you know,
I think the other ones are still in the works with the county.
So Hawthorne officially has the next stage of the building. That's official as of the last.
that's interesting. I mean, that information would be interesting.
But then we get the people that want to go and take pictures and cause drama, go out. It's like, hey, if we let them know, hey, they're going to start, and then all of a sudden we created our own hand. I don't know. It's hard, right? It's like I said, I mean, people that do understand how it works are still, you know, putting false information out there. So it's like, you're not going to fix that. You can't fix that. Like I said, I have really mixed feelings on it all. But I'll talk with Sarah, see where she's at with it, and then, at the end of the day, it was Bill's idea, so we're going to work back on that. So, Jerry.
Miller Museum finished their hometown favorite cookbook. I bought one, but it's real neat. It's really not gonna cook it, just a lot of history in there.
Yeah.
I think I know like 95% of the people that are in there don't work fast, but it's real neat. And I don't know if it was at the band concert, they tried a couple recipes.
Yeah, the apple brownie recipe
Right.
that your granddaughter makes.
Oh,
Yeah. Stevie makes it.
all right. But I guess they're great. Everybody was happy with them, and I got it. Just I'm not gonna cook, but it's just so neat to see all the games. Then they Monopoly games all complete. They sold all the squares, and it's in the process of being put out. You put your order in now, pay for it, or pay for it when it comes in, but you can reserve your own copy. They're $30. I don't know, are they gonna be in for Christmas?
Yeah,
That was the plan.
yeah. I think they're hoping to get them in like October.
I already bought one. I think that's gonna be kind of neat to, even
Yep.
if you- just to save it, pass it on to people in your family, be real neat. That's all I got.
Chris. Jackie.
I just noticed it too.
I didn't have a lot of, too much the recreation equipment at the pool, cubbies, the lockers. Cubbies didn't know us anything, so
No.
make an investment. One of my only other questions. We've always had the cubbies, but there's a lot of places now, people want a little more secure storage, and whether we think we wanna put half a dozen, 20 marketable storages, or maybe there's not a market for it, but it seems like people would really want someone.
Yeah.
Their stuff that, they kind of have their own. Even if it was just you get the key from the whatever, no charge or anything, but give you a little more security.
Well, like you said, maybe it's a thing where you put like a row of 12
A
in,
row at 12,
so that if people want to have that,
a little more
standard cubbies just for the,
for the kids in the camp, than
yeah.
anything else. Like, be a hot topic. Whole area could use that. Working on it. Every day.
Yeah.
It's all about it. Ideas.
Yeah.
But Chris talked about the pool. The nice thing about the small town is they had an issue with the refrigerators. And then next morning, we had 3 refrigerators donated. Great.
Yeah.
That's all.
Like, yeah.
They said you can't do that every time.
Oh,
Oh.
I get the other kind of them.
Yes.
TV recorder.
Looking at the community service projects.
Yes. And they're blue dolls. But they're interested.
Yeah, I mean,
Got you guys a date.
yeah, I mean, if one of us could just meet somebody over there and get them out there, oh, they. Yeah,
That's basically.
Even the vegetable, right?
yeah,
We get the Boy Scouts on there.
I think they.
It's like the- Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, The internet camp.
Great.
sounds good. That, I mean, honestly, it might just be a quick phone call. If I don't even have to, I guess as long as they tell us what the plan is, we can, okay, it's no big deal. All right, so let's get into new business. We did have. Oh, we had a transfer, right?
Yes.
Insurance, estate retirement. You guys got that, correct? All right, so we need a motion for transfer. Motion for Chris. Second, Jerry. Any discussion, any questions for Ray? All in favor of the transfer, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, carried. I'm keeping that on new business because in theory it is new business, even though it's old business, but if they get back in touch with me, we'll do our part. And until then, the Rensselaer County Hazard Mitigation Plan is going to wait Hoosick's next participation because the company still has not given us the credentials to do what we need to do. I've reached out to both the larger company and the county and I haven't received anything, so we have done our part. America 250, the banner came out great. Hopefully everybody saw it. It's still hanging up at the gazebo. The village was very appreciative that we included them. I've only had good, feedback.
It looks great.
I told them if we stay there, it's not hurting anything. At some point, someone will probably be a jerk and vandalize it, but I'd rather see it be up there for a while. So, yeah. And Ray, I gave you that invoice for them. So we beat the pool and Camp Cubby to death, so I don't need to do that anymore. Hoosick River access and stewardship planning. So this, I already alluded to this. This is a recommendation by the CPIC. Jackie is 100% on board with this. I'm on board with this. This is just, we're already actively participating, with this group. We're just looking to sign on and say, hey, we're here to help build this plan and be a part of, the different things that occur down the road, with the river. And I will say too, even though it's Hoosick, Woonsack as well, so it's all working. Do you have anything to add? You were there. This is the resolution.
Yeah, so it's the historic Hudson
Yeah,
blank, blank, blank. And they received a grant to make a plan for the Hoosick River, Woonsack, and recreation in its use in conjunction with it being part of the whole Hudson River contributory. And they just want to make sure the town's on board with them writing the plan.
It don't have much to do with that accident with the lady drowned.
No,
No, I'm just, the answer I wanted to get, with that boat launches, somebody said you're not allowed to swim in boat launches. It was one of the things on the news. I'm just curious because it's.
Right where it launches.
The DEC probably doesn't like the liability.
Yeah.
I was curious.
There will.
That's what brought it up. Just, I didn't know if that's a real thing or.
I'm not gonna find out for sure. Yeah. And the other thing I'll add is I am going to, I haven't done it yet. I've talked to Dan about it, but we're going to work at getting the village to adopt this as well. So it'll be a listed member. Obviously, they have a big chunk of the river, so. All right, so this is resolution number 64. Do I have the motion?
Motion.
Jerry, and a second from Chris. Is there any further discussion? Okay, hearing none. Holly, roll call.
Councilperson Bettis,
Yes.
Councilperson McCollum.
Aye.
And Supervisor Shepherd.
Yes. Next resolution, appointing Alex Shea. I believe you guys would have seen this. Yeah, it was an email. So Alex Shea, were in need of an extra camp counselor, if you will, because there's been past situations where if vacations line up the wrong way with counselors, we end up short and then we have to do different things. So because of the requirement with having the number of counselors and kids, we have to just kind of protect ourselves. And that's what Alex will be doing. So Alex will be hired on as camp counselor at the start out pay. And it is, like I said, resolution number 62. You guys, we good with the numbers? You guys gonna fight about it or what?
No, you sent them to me, so I did them in the order that you sent them to me,
And
and
then-
then they're on the agenda in a different order. So I put the numbers on these, that's why they're all out of.
For the record, it was blamed on me.
I
I don't care what the numbers. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter the number.
Hey,
Blame it on Jack or Bill for not here.
until 2026, resolutions aren't even a big thing in this town, okay? So
Yeah.
we're figuring it out. Yeah, we're already like double what we were at last year. All right, so motion for Alex Shea. Motion,
Second.
Chris. Carrie, any discussion? Holly, roll call.
Councilperson Bettis,
Yes.
Councilperson McCollum,
Yes.
and Supervisor Shepherd.
Yes. Thank you. What do we got? 10 punch. So this is our standard contribution for the Northeast Fire Department for the retirement fund. I do have the annual report, so if anyone wants to see this, we do have this. We have some packets that need to get up to the fire department that were sent here. Fully understand that. We're gonna take care of that. If anyone does want to see the annual report and payout, it's all here. Bill Hanselman is listed as a second on this. He has signing ability, and if I don't respond or whatever, he's able to do what we got to do. But once we get through tonight's resolution, I'll give them the okay to pay these out. And then Ray, we need to get information from them regarding budget control, correct? What? But don't we want it for like the next cycle? For that early? Did you ask for that? They don't normally give us that, right? No. Glad you opened my mail. So it was the right thing to do. So, yeah, so this is gonna be resolution, what number? 63?
63.
Boom. All right, so this is just authorizing me to authorize the payout to North Hoosick. Motion from Jerry, second Chris, Holly, roll call.
Councilperson Bettis,
Yes.
Councilperson McCullough,
Yes.
Supervisor Shepherd.
Yes. We already did that. That was it. That was the special.
Last, oh,
Okay,
special meeting.
did you take a vote on it? Okay,
It was unanimous. We were all-
who was the first? Second? Just for-
Yeah, I have, you know what?
Carry on, Phil,
Will do.
Phil set me straight.
I don't know about that. So we did IT phones. We'll meet next week.
That's before, do it.
No, that was from the special meetings. That was resolution number 64. We can just make a note of that. So we had a special meeting because we needed to put Matt report on as a pool operator. He was already a water operator and pool manager at Hoosick. He lives right down the road from the pool, so it worked out great. It's all been working very well. Tom and Paul and Charlie did a great job of bringing him on and training him. He's working great with the Haynes twins who manage the pool, and Ashley. It's been completely headache free, it's been very, I will say, it's been very busy. I can't say enough. Everybody has been excellent, including you guys. Like the refrigerator and freezer, a great example. I knew it was bad the week prior, and then they were gonna plug in the second one, and I never heard anything back. So I was just, you don't hear, you think it's good. Well, then all of a sudden it's not. So, but you guys stepped in and did it. So I mean, it's been very busy, but Ashley, Jess, and Lucy, and Matt have just been. We did have that meeting, and that is a very busy group. We're getting some things done. Playground. So, I need to talk with the mulch going yet or no? Have you been over there?
Like Monday, the one slide.
Yeah, so Jerry had some left over at the community service, so I'll reach out to Jerry and see, because they've got enough to get the stuff, like the areas under the structures, we need to get up to those marks, so that there's plenty of padding, so we need to get that on the list. That and the fence was like step one, and then, so talk to Jerry, and then Jill, you and me got to get together. I've spoken with the mayor, so playground wise, there's been conversations about New York Forward and DASB, and all these things are great, but there's things we need to do right now. And it's getting so, I'm holding too many people out on getting some of the smaller things done that we may have to just do now. So it's hard to focus on both, because some of this, DASB and New York Forward stuff requires emails and phone calls that may never pay out. Meanwhile, some kid is reading about what he shouldn't be reading about up on the playground. Some idiot's putting graffiti on it. We need to find a better, the big thing, and I'm going to give the credit to Jill on this. Biggest problem right now is the playground. We have good equipment. It's a nice space. I mean, it needs help, in a more minor way first. We need to have these cleaner, have, minor things done, and we need to figure that out before we go adding $200,000 of equipment for the grant. We may never get it. So
That's kind of one of the things I noticed, that little entryway into the playground. Make that a little more inviting. So see. athletic.
And I think a big part of that is like, that whole space concept, there's a ton of space over there. How do we make more of the playground as well as areas around it more inviting? But, the same goes for the pool. Some of those tables you probably need to pull out of there and scrap. As I said, my son is in swimming lessons and my wife is over there sending me pictures. This table's done. I'm like, okay. Remember which one it is. We'll figure it out, so. So Dasney, Doug, I think I'm ready for you, pal. We've got the timeline. I've gone through the process of doing it in a fairly nice manner, and it's just like dead stop. So I'll give you that timeline tomorrow. You can play with it.
A little kind of fun. I hope they're better to work with than the office parts.
Yeah, but
I sent in a FOIL request for the plan,
Yeah.
3 months ago. And they keep extending FOIL request. I finally withdrew it because I already have it. The whole public has it. It's out there.
Yeah.
I'm not going to report on it because it's dated.
Hoosick Village. I guess we'll probably touch base. Holly, let's just touch base with them again. I'm guessing they forgot that that's even on the table.
The agreement.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, we're getting a bargain, which I'm all about, but probably ought to give them the extra few bucks an hour to make that current. Ethics Board is meeting, so Holly, we need to get these posted. July 31st, 11 a.m. The Ethics Board is going over our forms. If you did not get the conflict of interest forms filled out, get them filled out with the how. And then we need to get the reminder out to, you said the planning board is all set with theirs?
I think the planning board is all set with theirs.
So we need to check.
I am like 100% sure Wendy made sure that everybody filled theirs out.
So we just need to make sure zoning gets theirs. Wendy Baker, Jim Monahan, and Ashton St. Anna will be meeting here at 11 a.m. 31st of July.
July 31st at 11. And then there was another one. The 23rd, are you?
Yeah, that's our workshop. So, yep, 6 p.m. workshop here. Guessing it'll take a half hour. It won't take too long. Yeah, when they, and then my goal is to have, if we don't find what we need from a contract standpoint from Edmonds between now and the end of the week, I'll just call it. Just say, hey, I know what deadlines are. I'm not even giving them that. It's gonna be, I just need to know, what the process. I have not heard back from Dave or Jim regarding the Ken Baker Memorial ongoing solar. We kind of already talked about that. I guess the only new thing is that Hawthorne, they came in and physically met with Jared. We're pretty much done updating the system for building department, so it's all online. But because of the size of that, it's actually too big to be fully submitted on that platform. We put the cutoff in, I think, at 15,000, and that was way over that. So they came in physically, brought all the plans. LaBerge is all good. LaBerge has done a walkthrough with Jared at both Wilson Hill Nexamp and Hawthorne. I want to say they're going to be doing a walkthrough at one of the other ones, but that's where they're at. And then the only other thing from Hawthorne, it was on there, but they did their first year of that scholarship. And I actually did meet the woman from Hawthorne at the playground because I'm trying to get one more contribution. As I've said, they're doing a $5,000 scholarship 5 years in a row at the school. $10,000 to the food pantry. That's $1,000 over 10 years. And I'm trying to get them to do a donation for whether it be the fence or upkeep over time, just figured why not? Is there any other business to discuss before we enter into a very brief executive session for personnel matters? So I'll entertain a motion to enter into executive session. Motion from Jerry, second, Chris, Kevin. All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Yeah.